try to put our best foot forward, try to win another division game. We all know who we're playing, so we're working hard in practice, trying to get right for Sunday.
Hey, Josh, Matt Bove here. You just kind of mentioned it. We all know it's a division game, but before the season, Brandon told us, hey, the goal is to win the AFC East, and to do that, we need to beat the Patriots. Now it's Patriots week. The game is here. Is there a little bit of extra juice to go out there and kind of, win this game? Or I guess, how do you even just treat it like every other game if that is the kind of the mindset?
Well, it's the most important game because it's the next one, and that's the mindset we have every time we play. So we're not trying to make it a bigger deal or a smaller deal than what it needs to be. We got to win. Our goal is to win every game we play. We're not going out there to lose. So, like I said, we're focusing on this week and trying to have a really good week of practice and put in a really good game plan and go out there and try to execute it on Sunday.
Hey, Josh, Thad Brown. When it comes to the defenses you guys have been facing, the deep zone that Cole talked about at the end of the game last week, how does John Brown help you potentially solve some of those issues?
I think the vertical presence that he has, the speed and the quickness that he has, and he's able to run some really good in breaking routes, and he's another matchup that you have to focus on. So you can't just play man to man and roll somebody to Steph. You gotta worry backside of what John's doing too. So to have him back this week's gonna be big for us, and I know he's excited to get back to action. We're excited to have him back. So again, we'll see on Sunday, and we'll have to make in-game adjustments. Going against arguably the greatest coach of all time, and he's probably putting in something that maybe we haven't seen and we're not thinking of. So we got to be prepared for anything on Sunday, and we got to be able to adjust during the game.
Is it fair to think that John himself can be enough to fix a lot of those issues?
I definitely think so, but it takes 11 guys, and we've had guys step up, and guys are doing their job right now, and myself included, I got to do a better job when we get in the red zone and try to put up some more points, making sure we're taking care of the football, and ultimately that's on my shoulders. So I got to be better on that end, and having another guy like John, who I trust implicitly, and a guy that's going to work his tail off and play for the team. It's always great to have a guy like that out there.
Thanks, Josh. Appreciate it.
Hey, Josh, it's Jason Wolf from the Buffalo News. Appreciate you taking some time to talk to us, man.
Yeah, thank you, Jay. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. I know that you've spoken in the past about last year's home game against the Patriots when you guys lost by one score, and you threw 3 interceptions, being a turning point for you. I'm curious. I know.
Oh, lost you.
You there?
Yep, there we go.
All right, cool. I know a lot of things obviously factor into your improved play, but the lack of turnovers, the improvement in ball security, what do you most attribute that to?
I think maybe just kind of a mindset change of instead of home run first, thinking working bottom up instead of top down. Just little tweaks in that, making sure that I'm very comfortable with the game plan that we're putting in, and letting Coach Dable know if there's any concepts that I don't like, and he's been very gracious to take them out, and very gracious to work around what I like and what I don't like, and attribute that to guys getting open and going to catch the ball for me, as well as the front 5 guys blocking and doing their assignments as well.
You obviously have the ability to hit those home runs, man, those long passing plays, and those are exciting. How difficult is it to keep your emotions in check sometimes, especially when you're seeing defenses playing more zone now, and to take the underneath stuff, take what they're giving you and just methodically move down the field as opposed to taking a huge chunk?
Yeah, it's different than what I've always been used to, and like I said, the kind of the mentality change that I've had, trusting the guys underneath and allowing them to catch the ball and create some positive rack. If that's what we got to do, that's what we'll do. I'll adjust. And when we've got big plays that present themselves, we got to make sure that we capitalize on them. So it's a game plan that I'm willing to work with, and it's still football, and we got to find ways to move the ball and win the game.
Cool. Thank you.
Hey, Josh, when you go back and, look at the tape from even the last game against the Patriots, which now 10 months ago and all the games this year seems like so far away. We've come so long since then. What do you learn this week when, just looking at how you played them and the quarterback that you are now today in 2020?
Yeah, I mean, well, obviously looking back at last year's tape, especially the first game, it's not fun. It's just knowing some of the mistakes that I made. And but I mean, I do get to see, what they were trying to do to me, how they played me game one compared to game two. And again, I don't know if they'll play me the same way. If they do, we've seen it before, but if not, we'll adjust and play football. That's what it's all about. And where our team comes out and has a better game plan, is able to adjust on the fly, then I'll ultimately come away with the win. And like I said, we got to be prepared for anything on Sunday.
Thanks, Josh.
Hey, Josh Reed here. Hope you're doing well. The getting John Feliciano back, a guy that started every game last year, what's that mean for your offensive line?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. Obviously, we've missed John, and just the mentality that he kind of brings to the front five, the knowledge, the communication aspect. I mean, he's been itching to get back out there, and he's been working his tail off to get back out there. And just seeing how hard, like I said, he's worked in rehab, and making sure that he's staying in contact with me, and trying to see what I see on the football field, and vice versa. It's been very promising, obviously, to be out there with him in practice. And I'm super glad to have him back, because he does, bring a different element to the line. And he's a guy that's going to have your back no matter the circumstances, and a guy that everybody loves. So we're super excited to have him back.
Well, one last question for you. You've obviously played enough home games now that you've dealt with the wind. You've practiced in Orchard Park enough times now. It's supposed to be gusts of upwards of 50 miles an hour on Sunday. From maybe your first time when you really had to deal with that Buffalo wind until now, how have you kind of changed and maybe, I don't know if adjusted is the right word, but kind of gotten used to it, if you will?
I mean, I don't think you really get used to it. You just gotta find ways to complete the football, whether that's putting more velocity on it, taking some arc off of it. I think that weather kind of changes the course of a game in terms of what a defense is willing to do. If it is super windy, who knows? Teams might start to press and start to play some tighter man coverage, knowing that it's going to be harder to push the ball down the field. But I've been playing in the wind since I was in Laramie, and I wouldn't say it's anything that I haven't seen before, but it always presents a different challenge in the course of a game.
Awesome. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Hey, Josh, Matt Fairburn here. You mentioned kind of going back and watching some of those Patriots games. You've seen this defense quite a bit now in your career. What is it that makes a Bill Belichick defense a challenge to go against?
Well, I mean, I think that the personnel that they have, how smart those guys on the other side of the ball are, how they can interchange in between different positions, and how they can be playing corner one snap, and the next snap they're in the middle of the field playing the deep guy in Tampa 2, and they really don't give you too much to know what they're doing. They don't give you many indicators, and just the way the guys can in man coverage know that I've studied this guy, coach has studied this guy, he knows what he's going to do, how they can fall off their guy and kind of run in the middle, or vice versa, and they're extremely smart and well coached. But again, they've got some extremely dangerous guys that are very opportunistic when the ball's in the air on that side of the football. So that's what makes it tough. They're extremely smart, they're extremely disciplined, and they usually know what the quarterbacks are trying to do.
Now that you've had a bit more of a sample size this season of playing with no fans in the stands, have you noticed anything about, I guess, how it's impacted you personally, or how it's impacted the offense, just the ability to, I don't know, keep your emotions in check and maybe, stay on the same page a little easier or anything like that?
I mean, I definitely think it keeps your emotions in check, because you don't hear the crowd going crazy over a certain play. Like if a guy goes up, makes a crazy grab, it's just like, oh, okay, like that's cool. But if you hear the crowd kind of roar, it just kind of ignites something else in you. So I think it's easier to keep your emotions in check. But obviously, when we're at home, it's quiet throughout the play. It really hurts our defense when we don't have fans in the stands here, especially on third down and trying to force teams to use silent cadence and try to force them to have delay of games. So it is what it is, and hopefully we can get fans back here soon. But it's not a crazy difference for us on offense.
Thanks, Josh.
Hey, Josh. Adam Benini, WGRZ. Good to see you. I had a couple for you here, kind of on some off-field stuff. This year, more than ever, we've heard about the importance of professional athletes and seen professional athletes use their platform effectively in their communities. Talk to me about your philosophy off the field and making a difference in Buffalo and Western New York and your approach.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think, given the platform that we have, if you can, you must. And, I don't like posting all the things that I do off the field, and that's not my MO and not what I try to gain. I don't really try to gain anything from it, but whether it be donating, using my time or money towards certain foundations and hospitals and whatever the case may be, that's the way I kind of roll. And just trying to be a good person off the field, and obviously without being able to go